All right, Gene, are you ready to be counted in?
I'm ready, Mommy.
Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Man, I'm so glad to be away from my children today. God damn, I've been moving with those fools. And I'm even more excited to get on the road and get away from them in Omaha, June 3rd through 5th, Chomaha, Nebraska at the Funny Bone, and then Short Lakes Titties, Utah, Wise Guys, June 10th through 12th, and then San Antonio, Tejas, July 15th through 17th, Liberty Township, Ohio, July 22nd through 24th, August 12th through the 14th, in Columbus, Ohio. I love Columbus too. Oklahoma City in September, and then Helium in Indianapolis, Denver, Comedy Works, Raleigh, Charlie Goodnights, and Caroline's has just been added in Dork Cities, November 19th through 20th, and then Orlando, Florida at the Orlando Improv in Thanksgiving weekend, which is a great time to avoid your family as well. So there we go. I'm so happy to see you boys in the booth. I've missed you guys. I've been gone for 2 weeks now out of LA.
Yeah, we're happy to see you too.
God damn.
It's been a while, but it's glad to have you back in here. We missed you. We needed some order.
Yeah, you needed some order. Yeah, you guys are. Was it Dude Chaos?
Not Dude Chaos. It's just like when we're having lunch and stuff, like no one is asking us what our most inner, darkest secrets are. Like no one's extracting info that could be used against us at lunch, and I think it's making us soft.
How dare you assume that I'm getting information just to use it against you, which is so true because I do enjoy that. It's so fun.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think you're doing it with the intention of using it against us. I think you just like the info, and then the thought afterwards comes that, oh, I should do something with this.
Totally. Well, I think it's because I find you all very interesting. I think I'm so blessed to finally find a group of people, with the exception of Chris Larson, who functions at a normal clip. But the rest of us, I'm just so glad to find other degenerates like me that when I speak, you guys are like, oh yeah, I get that. It's very rare for me to have people fully understand what I'm saying.
Christina, it's rare. Like this is the only place I could really talk without a filter. Like, even with my friends, I need to watch what I say. It's just like, hey, man, you can't use the R word like that. Like, you know what's up with my brother. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ,
God
man,
damn
I'm just
it.
trying to.
I know. This is a safe space. Studio Jeans, which is so ridiculous. Yeah, so I'm glad to be here. I was, Tom and I, we pre-record things. We're out of space and time because we moved to Austin, but our studio is not yet ready. So we're coming back and forth from LA to Austin to record stuff until the studio was built. So it's like we're out of sorts. And then I saw my in-laws when we were in Florida filming YMH Live 5, which was amazing and ridiculous. And if you haven't seen that, my God.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, how fun was that? It was ridiculous.
No, yeah, it was like we've done live podcasts before, but never where they watch the videos, and seeing an entire crowd react to a heavy segment was so fun.
It's really good. And so Tom and I decided to dress like West Palm Beach natives, like the douchebags. And what's so funny growing up on the West Coast is that I think what the norm here is, if you're rich, you don't really show it. Like, to show it is douchey as fuck. And for instance, you will see, in California, you see like the .com guys who are multi-millionaires, and they wear zip up hoodies and sneakers. Yeah. Like, our culture is very low key.
I think Annie was telling me that he plays a game with his friends called like Homeless or Rich Person. Yeah. Because it's like, the richer you are, it's a status symbol to dress like you don't give a shit.
Exactly.
You have the luxury of doing that,
Exactly. And I think that's in part because California is new money, quote, new money. Like, most people came out west and made their fortunes in show business or, I don't know, textiles, whatever the hell it is. And most likely you're an immigrant. You know, you came out here. Now, my sense is that on the East Coast, those are established families that have been around for generations and they have like generational wealth. And that culture is so foreign to me. Like I remember the first time I went to Florida with Tom and I saw a dude wearing a seersucker suit. Do you know what that is?
Seersucker
Look
suit?
up, Google seersucker suit. Right.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know how to spell it.
Bro. Bro.
That's just a fancy word for fucking pinstripe?
I guess. Well, the first time I saw a grown-ass man wearing this shit out in public,
Ooh, this bangs.
I kind of was like, who's this dandy?
I do declare.
Yeah, like, what's my mint julep? I mean, is there anything... I saw that shit, and some of them tie like a sweater around their shoulders.
A sweater on top of the suit?
Bro, it's super gay. Yeah, I was like...
Wait, hold on. But that implies that they're wearing a sweater over their blazer?
It's gay as fuck. No, here's what they do. They do that, or they'll wear like a polo and then tie a sweater over the polo. Like,
yeah.
It is so effeminate for a heterosexual male to dress like this. Yeah, bro. So that's kind of the look. That's like, so this is like the West. So if you
This
guys
is
are
like
not
rich Israeli too.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of down with.
rich Israeli.
Yeah. It's just like, no color looks feminine on me. Go fuck yourself.
See, that's you know what? That's 100% true because Israelis are like that. They're like real men wear pink. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Yes, I've seen that.
You need to
shit
get
too.
used to my
Yes.
style, you goddamn animal.
Yes. And gold. Gold is nice. Gold makes men look nice. They, generally, like the gold chains is Israeli.
Yeah, and they got to show the chest hair. They got to
Yes.
show the Magen David on their necklace and all that stuff.
See, but that to me is also macho. This look, like Google West Palm Beach upper class fashion or something. I don't even know what. It's its own look. And so Tom and I thought it would be really funny to dress in polo head to toe. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking
Here we
about.
are.
Yeah, so weird.
Oh, okay. I totally see what you and Tom were going for in the live.
So this is a very preppy, clean. It's actually quite nice. Like it's a very preppy, clean look. You got your Oxford collar, button-down shirt if you're a man, tucked into some khakis usually, a navy belt, and like topsider shoes.
It's like summer cash.
Summer cash, yeah. And they'll wear like a navy blue, jacket. It's a very tidy look. It's very preppy. But to me on the West Coast, I see that. And if you dress like that in LA, you would probably get your ass kicked. Like if you saw some bro, listen.
Yeah, you'd either get your ass kicked or they'd turn you into a kink. It's. I feel like because we don't see that out here, and they're like,
Yeah.
Whoa, is this the new shit? Do I need to get on this super quick?
I guess so. But I was telling Tommy, like, yo, if growing up, if some kid rocked a seersucker or any of this gear, like you would get your ass beat. In the valley? Get the fuck out of here.
I do remember in my high school, someone did start wearing seersucker suits to school, and like he lost all of his friends within like 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Or even like a polo with a sweater. You look like Carlton. That it's the Carlton. That's who it is.
You nailed it.
It's Carlton. So like that's the nerd on a West Coast sitcom, right? But that in Palm Beach is the height of status. So Tom and I went to Polo. That store, it's Ralph Lauren Polo, right? And I have never been in a polo store. Yeah, there's fucking that's the little Carlton. Fucking nerd alert, dude. There he is. That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's it. But he's cool. Like he's fresh to death, right? But so I went into Polo with Tom, and of course, like, the sales ladies all dress like this. And I'm just, I go in there with like a bathing suit. My tits are hanging out. And I'm like, I got to look like, I was like, I want to look like a West Palm Beach snob. Like I said it.
Like,
Yeah.
make me pretty like you. And you're like smoking indoors. Lady, you can't smoke in here.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be rude. Like I'm trying to. So Tom and I both picked out the douchiest outfits we could find. And so I chose to go with an all white look, which they discouraged in the store. They were like, oh no, that's not that's
Before Labor Day.
what? Yeah. But I was like, I got to get something I can wear later because the Eastern European in me I'm not wasting a nice jacket because it's a goof. So we wore all white and Tom wore that ridiculous blazer and khakis and a button-down Oxford collar. And it's interesting because when you go into a polo store, and by the way, I was expecting like Gucci prices. I thought I would be like, oh wow, a polo shirt is like, $500. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it wasn't like, what? It was like, like $120 for a polo, which is fucking expensive.
Right, but you're not laughing at the price like you do when you're at the Gucci store.
Right.
Like, look at how much they're charging for this shit.
Yeah, Gucci's like, you're an asshole if you're buying like all kinds of Gucci stuff. Stop it. Just stop it. No one cares. It's a t-shirt.
But then did you have this? Because I know that I've done this before where, because you're trying to dress like such West Palm Beach snobs.
Yeah.
That you're everywhere you walk, you're expecting people to have the reaction of like, oh, look at these rich assholes. And then they just treat you like that's how you normally dress, and it completely throws you off.
Yeah. And an interesting an interesting thing happened too when I was dressed like we called ourselves Ashley and Tucker because there's no way I could go by Christina. I'd be Ashley. An interesting thing happened because I wore all white, and what's interesting about that is that I haven't worn all white in 6 years since before I had children because you can't. I wore this morning. It already has stains on it because my kids will touch me and you get food on you. But I did feel a sense of like I can't sit, I can't touch anything, I can't do anything because I'm wearing this like polo. Oh my gosh, like I am upper crusty now. I didn't. But what's interesting about polo is when you go in there, it's like they dress you like you're going to the uniform store. I don't know if you ever wore a uniform.
Oh, yeah. Where it's all the same shit. And yeah.
And so I was watching Tom get dressed by the salesman, and he's like, okay, so now you have the pants. Okay, you need the belt. And now you need a kerchief. You need a pocket square. And I was like, this is so bizarre. Like, it's a whole culture of signaling. It's a signal, right? It's like I have my kerchief and my pocket square. Yeah. Like,
I wasn't raised on a farm. Yeah. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
But like a pocket square, who are we? It's just so silly.
Oh, I went through a pocket square phase.
You did?
Yeah, right when I came back from China, because it was the first time I had a nice suit, and I was just like, ooh, how can I pizzazz this shit? And I got all these, but you feel like a real douchebag putting them in. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing here? What am I doing? But then again, it does look good. And I understand it. It's like, again, it's a very clean, preppy look. I just thought it was like, it felt like I was going to buy my uniform in high school where the employee is like, you need your button down, you need your skirt.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys rocked it though, Like you guys weren't wearing it like it was a uniform. You guys were wearing it like you've been wearing it all your life. You're like, this is just my Tuesday outfit.
Oh my God, never. I would rather kill myself. I cannot. That was just so ridiculous. So I'm here. I'm queer. I'm non-binary. I'm poly. I'm bi. I'm an Austinite now, and I know it's so weird. I gotta say, I tell you, when we landed in Austin a few days ago with the kids, and I did have a moment of panic when I landed, and we were like. Because I looked down and everything was so green, and I've never lived in any kind of nature ever. I'm a hardcore concrete jungle gal. I've been 818 till I die.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I never even went camping. My parents they were city people, so I don't like what. Why have you ever been camping in your life?
Camping is so weird. It's like, hey, do you want to go be poor this weekend? It's like, no, dude. I want to sleep in a bed.
No, I think so. I didn't. I had a moment of like, oh God, this is a huge mistake. I mean, this is not who I am. This is not. Where's the traffic? And it's really cute in Austin. They think they have traffic. They're like, well, now that the traffic's here, I'm like, what? We landed on a Monday at rush hour, and it was just not. It's not traffic.
Yeah. What was your top speed?
I mean, top speed was normal speed. I mean, like.
Like, we were going a cool 55 miles per hour.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, there was one point where it bottlenecked at a stoplight, I guess.
I can't wait to think that that's traffic. Like, I'm excited to be that point where it's like, oh, man, it really added an extra 3 minutes to my commute today. Like, I can't wait to be there, you know?
Well, these Austinites they're so convinced that this is traffic. It's hilarious. And yesterday I tried finding a barbecue spot. And I was like, oh, let's go here. I wanted to go to Terry Black's, and then it was downtown, which is across town. Okay, that's
across town. How far is that? Like
20 minutes, bro.
Okay,
I'm done. And it was like nobody's there. Then back again. I'm like, oh, we just crossed Austin, and it was no big deal. It was not a non-issue. It was so exciting. So anyway, the first day I rolled in there, I'm like, dude, I don't know. I was like, am I going to regret this? This is too natural. Like, it's green and lush and there's no traffic and there's,
it doesn't hurt to breathe at the end of the
day. Yeah. And so by 24 hours, I notice what happens to me. So I get in Austin and I'm all fired up, and then I start to relax. After 24 hours, I go, oh, there's nothing to rush. There's no rush. I'm not overstimulated. Like, this is what it is to be a human. And then in 48 hours, we found, so cut back to the barbecue spot. We found a place on Lake Austin. And I was like, this is gorgeous. Google County Line Barbecue, Mount Bonnell. Google County Line Barbecue. I'm going to give them a big shout out because they're amazing. Mount Bonnell, Bonnell. I mean, if there are pictures of this joint, just image, yeah. Look at that. Okay. It's great. So I'm sitting, I wonder if you can see the water.
Oh, that's water?
No,
that's a parking lot.
Go back. Yeah. There's an actual, yeah. Okay, so that's where I was. Bull Creek. So, man, so that's it. So I'm eating barbecue with my kids. And we're done eating, and everyone's nice. There it is. And see that?
Oh, God damn.
I know. And if that existed in LA, there would be a 2.5 hour wait.
Where it feels like you're eating at your friend's backyard. Ugh.
Which is beautiful. It's idyllic.
I want it.
Yeah. And then here's the best part. So we're done eating, and my kids are like, oh, let's go look at the water. Let's go down. So we go down there, and there are turtles everywhere. And there are turtles and there are fish, huge fish. What are they called? Carp. And I see people throwing bread in the water. And I was like, you can do that? You can just feed fish? And they're like, yeah, it's Texas. And then you could buy pellets and feed and no one's telling you not to get too close. No one's screaming at you to put your mask on. And there are kids laying on their stomachs on the dock, like trying to touch turtles. And I had this moment where I was like, oh, wow, like this is another Pajitsky effect. This is like 44 years of my life, I've been living like a city cockroach, like not even going to nature ever because I just didn't know it. And here I am. And now I'm feeding turtles. And I saw a bullfrog for the first time in my life. I saw a bullfrog.
You guys catch fireflies at night too?
I mean, but it was in the city park. There was a park, and there were just bullfrogs in the meadow. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't need to be such a city person my whole life. I can have this great balance. And Austin has a city as well, but then you drive a little bit and you're eating barbecue and feeding turtles. So it's really been a game changer for me in terms of just realizing like, oh, I like that stuff. Cause I really thought I was the kind of person that didn't like that stuff. I'm not allowed to be, right? Cause I'm like a hardcore LA maniac. So it's a little bit of
the Redlands skate park.
Yeah, pussy. So I'm having a shift, Nadav. I'm having a shift. I'm like, oh, I'm this person now who likes nature.
Yeah, this is wild.
What the fuck is this?
Because you are my canary in the coal mine. It's because the entire time I'm just like, Christina is an LA rat just like me.
A rat.
Yeah.
A rat.
Yeah. It's we know when to stay, we know when to abandon, and all of that. It's just we got the instincts of how to survive.
I know.
And I see you starting to transition into being an Austin person. I'm like, oh, you mean
it's nice.
This whole inner clock thing could slow down and I could find a slice of of Austin to relax in, and like there's something that's not so fast paced. This all sounds really appealing.
Yeah, I mean, and yes, it does, and also more. It doesn't have to be Austin, I think, to make this more of a universal topic, and never.
It's just not LA.
Well, no, and never to shit on LA because it's my home, and it's always I'm 818 till I die, bro. It's like LA is so fucking amazing and great in so many regards too. I'll never, I don't want to be that guy that's like, fucking LA. I still love LA. It's just a different thing. I think what I'm trying to say is like, I should have gone camping sooner. Why did I poo-poo nature so much? She's pretty rad. I don't mind nature. I was like, what was I so harsh on myself?
Well, because I think
like,
the closest thing that I think LA people have to like camping in nature is doing shrooms in Joshua Tree,
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of went camping.
I kind of went camping. And I went to Balboa Park a lot growing up, and I fed the ducks there. I guess it's just a different thing. Like, I've seen turtles in the wild. I've never done that. So anyway, it's, again, not to shit on, I'm not shitting on LA, and I'm not like, because I love LA. It's an amazing place to follow your dreams and become the person you want to be. And it's everything. It's fucking amazing. Oh, I love Azuna Fresh. I've been using it. It's not just something that masks smells. It is an odor eliminator. It not only eliminates bad smells, it also naturally gets rid of mold, mildew, fungus, and bacteria in the air. I placed Azuna Fresh jars all over our house. I keep one in the kitchen because I love to make salmon, and we all know that stinks. It neutralizes it completely. Azuna Fresh is antimicrobial. It's plant-based, and it's actually clean, and it neutralizes funguses and bacteria in the air, which means you get healthier immune systems and fewer allergies. Trust me, you need Azuna Fresh for your home. Right now, I've got a special offer for my listeners, 20% off your purchase. Go to azunafresh.com today and use promo code WMMA for 20% off your new favorite odor eliminator. That's promo code WMMA at azunafresh.com. We are supported by Ancestry. You probably have strong women in your family, your mom, your sisters, your aunts, your cousins. Have you ever wondered where that comes from? Think about what it would feel like to find strong women in your past. Memorial Day or 4th of July makes us think about our country's history. Have you ever wondered about your family's connection to it? That's pretty cool. Ancestry helps you search billions of records to learn more about the ancestors you've always been curious about. You can find details about their lives and records at Ancestry. See what they did to earn a living in a census record, or see their actual signature on a military record as they signed up to fight for our country. Who were the everyday heroes in your family story? Discover new details about their lives at Ancestry. Have you ever wondered about your ancestors' lives? Learn what they did, who they were, and how they turned challenges into triumphs and hardships into opportunities. Get started at ancestry.com/WMMA. That's ancestry.com/WMMA.
How's it moving from state to state? Because I mean, I know just like
terrible.
Just watching you do it by your as an Angelino is like, that's what interests me. But the fact that you're even moving with 2 kids, you're uprooting a family. Like, what's it like to move your family from one state to another?
It's the death. It's the worst. It really is. It's death. I mean, just put it, listen, and I'm not one of these people, these moms who, I know moms who are wonderfully relaxed and are like, I took my 8-week-old to Tahiti and we flew 20 hours and it was great. Like, that's not who I am. I'm extremely anxious. I'm very like, oh God, everyone's going to hate me on the plane. My kids are going to scream. Everything's horrible. So like I stress, it's a lot of change, especially for the 2-year-old. He's he's like, what, where are you going? Don't leave me. Everybody stay in one room. He's very freaked out. And Ellis is more like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. I like that. Like, he's more adventurous.
Right, because he's able to understand concepts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how do you explain it to your kids that it's like, that you're moving states, or do you just say that you're moving houses?
We tell them both, and so we've moved now 3 times with Ellis, and this will be Julian's second move. And I found the key. So if you guys are moving, here's what I've done. It does help, is to tell them about a month or 2 out. about the move so that it's not a surprise. I think the more you talk about it and like, oh, is that how does that make you feel? Is that exciting? Is that whatever? Are you anxious? And sometimes they're like, I don't want to move. I like this house. And sometimes they're like, I like this house so much better than the other house. Like Ellis yesterday was like, this is the best. I love our house in Texas. I love Texas. Like,
ooh, you could only hope for a reaction like that. Right?
But then he'll be like, I hate it. I want to move back to LA. I don't know.
Ooh, but then do you use Ellis, who's acclimated and is also the big brother? Do you use him to like calm down Julian, or? No,
I try not to do that comparison thing. Like, well, look at your brother's balanced. Why don't you why don't you be like him? And I think that's what I would hear in my sick mind and be like,
well, I mean, no, you don't. You don't tell Julian, hey, why the fuck aren't you like your bigger brother, bitch. You fucking idiot? Like you don't do that, but you go tell Ellis like, hey, why don't you go tell Julian like how much you're enjoying like the new move? You know, it's like That's true. You get the wolf to do the work for you.
Yeah. Well, here's what I did. I think so. So number one, I told them about a month or two so that they have really time to process it. And if you're really a rock star, you make a picture book of the old house so that when you land in the new place, you can show them pictures of the old place and go, oh, remember, this is where we lived back here and this is where we are now.
This is the new room where we take a dump.
This is where we take a shit now. Yeah. And also I try to make their bedroom look identical so that at least their belongings. Smart. Yeah. Like you don't want to buy a kid a new bed in the new house. Like you want to transition them with all their stuff and have it put out the same way so that they're really familiar right away. And I make the kids' rooms priority. So like, okay, make sure my children are settled. Like they have their favorite toys. And also when I pack a box just for them, like, hey guys, pack your most special toys. This is your special box. This is do not touch. This is my stuff. And then we put it in the carry-on bag so that they have their special toys. And then, so what I do is a sneaky trick. When we land in the new town, first thing I do is take them to the toy store.
Ooh, that's a good mom right there.
And the candy store. And luckily in Austin, in near, what is it, 6th Congress, whatever that area, the downtown, there's Toy Joy right next door to the candy store. And so I double dip. We do that, and then I take them to like Hula Hut, and we have a nice, fun, idyllic meal. And then they're like, "Oh, this is great. New things are great."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you give them like rules where it's just like, all right, I'll buy you whatever you can carry, and then it's just they just get like 2 handfuls of taffy or something? Like what rules do you give them? Like at the toy store or the candy store? So
I made the mistake the first time I took Ellis to Austin. I was like, "Let's do it, dude! Get whatever candy you want." And he walked out. I was like, "Why didn't I put a limit?" Like, I'm such an idiot. So he came out there with like 2 bags full of shit. I was like, "Oh, I'm such a moron. Like, I really should have put a cap on it." So now I just go get like one awesome thing. Just get, all you need is one. You know what I mean? Maybe 2. And then toy, pick one fucking awesome toy. Like, let's not go, so that they have something else to beg. So I can hold it over their head later. Like, hey, do you want to go back to the toy store? Do you want to go back to the candy store? You got to behave now, shithead.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's stressful. It's I've been drinking every night. There was a point where.
Gotta cope somehow, Gene.
I was drinking every night and drank on the plane today. Even I was like, can I have champagne? It was 9 a.m. I gotta drink. I'm fucking crazy. You do what you got to do to survive. And that's it. So, hey, it sucks. It's not fun. It's never easy, but I think I have to put it in perspective, because the immigrant in me also goes, are you kidding me? Like the year that we had before pandemic, like when you're in existential, like real danger for a fucking year and change, and your government's in chaos, and then your husband breaks his ass in half, like those are real mortal issues. So moving now, I'm like, yeah, it sucks, but like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it wasn't a pandemic.
Right. My husband could move by himself.
Yeah, maybe that's the Eastern Blocker in me, where I'm like, this is fucking nothing. Fuck you moving. I'm very like, yeah, it sucks. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking pandemic.
But I mean, that's good though, because you're using your traumas as tools now.
Oh, there you go, Nadab.
There you
Spin
go.
that positive.
Yeah.
That's why I love you so
Yeah,
much.
it's the silver lining. It's like everything that sucks doesn't suck as more when you go through like really crazy hell.
Isn't that the truth? I think that's the truth. It just makes you. I hate that stupid saying that will make you stronger, but I guess it's true.
Yeah.
It's like.
No, I remember, like, I was working at a place, and I don't remember if I've told this story on here, but, like, I remember I needed something from the receptionist at the job that I was working at the time, and, like, I saw, like, she was crying and stuff. I'm like, oh, is everything okay? Like, did someone die? She's like, I don't know if I could pay my car insurance this month.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're crying about that?
90 days, bro.
Yeah.
They ain't going to repo for a while.
Yeah, dog. That's like a couple months before they try and collect shit. You're good, homie.
It's a
I
warning
wish I
shot.
could cry about that shit.
No shit. Like, let me tell you, you're a gangster when you realize that first bill ain't shit. That first warning, you're like, that's fine. I got like 90 days on this.
Yeah, this one isn't even pink yet. We're fine.
Yeah, thank you. I know. Yeah, that's so true. When Tom and I were becoming feature acts, when we first started like doing the road and being so broke, I remember getting real comfortable with those pink bills. Being like, well, who cares? Guess they're not getting paid. And late fees and shit. You're like, and there's so many hacks like, did you ever do this trick when you get the late fee? When like you can call and complain and be like, I mailed that check. Well, I mean, now with the automatic deduction, you can't do that. But I used to do that shit all the time. Well, no, I mailed that, dude. That must be the mail.
No,
okay, well, we'll waive it this one time. Oh, okay, thanks.
No, yeah, it's because what's also great is that any place that I've accidentally like sent 2 checks to that I forgot that like I sent one previously,
shit.
and then they cash both of them. It's like, oh, now I just have a thing that I could hold like over their head forever. It's just like, oh, is this like that time you cash both checks, you dumb piece of shit? I do that to my landlord all the time, and it always gets him. It always buys me a
He
month.
double cashed your rent?
Well, because like what I did was I would just send like a batch of checks that are all post-dated so that like I don't need to send a rent check for 4 months.
That is so smart.
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah, I set one for February 1st, March 1st, May, April, and then it's like I just set a reminder that, April is, hey, you got to send a check next month.
That is so smart.
Yeah.
Man, that's like the time you told me you could Instacart Costco.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Let's do some follow-ups, you guys. Very important topics from the last few episodes. Hey, Mommy Tina. This Gen Z queen above 18 would like to inform you that I have 2 ways I trim the bush. Now, first of all, we brought this up with Chase O'Donnell. I was floored beyond belief to learn that millennials and everybody younger they're shaving the whole meow.
Yeah, that's bushless.
I mean, I was really shy. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. I saw it in the adult films, but I didn't think that real people did that stuff.
Well, yeah, it's the people that the people that have grown up with porn are that's why I think like millennials have pretty bald bushes is because they grew up with porn. And I think this is probably one of the first times that dudes like probably take care of shit down there instead of just letting it grow into a jungle.
That's one of the nobody talks about the positive stuff from pornography.
Yeah. Because of porn, we all have a lot less hair in our mouths.
Women, feminism. But what about bald pussies? Nobody talks about the virtues of a generation of women with no pubic hair. It's harmful to women's images. So I was floored, and I'm gonna give a WMMA exclusive here.
Oh boy.
I wish we had a sound effect. Let's do a sound effect we could think of for next episode. So apropos our discussion. There we go. A WMMA exclusive. I decided to shave my meow bald.
Whoa! Happy early birthday to Tom.
So here's the deal, man. I'm going to tell you, I have always kept the undercarriage very hairless, okay? The undercarriage is always tidy and perfect. And then I shaved the sides. So what I would have is a landing strip. So really it wasn't that crazy. I just took off the landing And
Yeah, all right. So that's not a big difference from what you already had going on.
not a big diff, but I will say I was having a 90s vag aesthetic going, which is fine. I thought that was nice. Now here's the problem. Now so there's two things. Obviously, when you shave your meow, we're in a place you don't normally shave, is that when it grows in, it's very itchy. We know that.
Right, because you're not used to it.
You're not used to it.
Right.
Which if I decide to do it again, which I have, the jury's out. But so hold on. So I shaved my meow. It was great for bathing suit time because I was confident when I was in Florida wearing my whores bathing. By the way, I dress like a whore now in the streets.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Those bitches didn't even know what the fuck to do with my titties. Mom's tits were out, and I don't give a rip. I don't give a hoot what they say. And so anyway, so I like the ease of my in and out of bathing suits. You're not afraid of anything, poking out. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with the hairless badge.
Tell me.
First of all, Tom, I was like, what do you like better? Do you like it bald or not? He goes, that's like asking me, which plate do I want to eat off of? Don't care. They're both great. I'm like, that sounds about right. Don't care. No pref. Great. The problem is that my body, I'll tell you what, naked, I'm extremely symmetrical. Okay. I am built to breed. I am built. You want to talk about breed and hips? I got them. Breed and tits? I got them. I've got 2 huge cans. I've got hips. So I'm very symmetrical. I'm very much a beautiful goddess, naked.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now the problem with the bald vag is that it threw off. I liked the symmetry. It was like a little punctuation mark. Boop.
Wouldn't it be more symmetrical if it's bald?
No, it made me feel rounded out, and it made me feel childish.
You'll get over that.
I'm proud of my pubes. I have to say that part of being a woman, to me, it's like, I like that I can grow pubes. So to not have them felt like, oh, why am I'm old school. I'm OS, baby. I like pubes.
Yeah, Christina, do you have a landing strip in each of your armpits too? Get the fuck over it.
How dare you? What do you have on your junk? Are you fully bald or you just do the gnats?
Before I meet up with the lady, I definitely get it's
all bald down there?
Yeah, if I don't have plans to hang out with anyone, I just kind of let it roam free. And then, as soon as I'm expecting company, then I get it all nice.
Bald.
I mean, as close as clippers will go. I'm not taking a razor to it, but I make it nice and presentable.
That's good. See, that's not shaving your meow bald. So that's
but I mean, I also don't know how to shave my balls with a razor. I don't trust it, and it scares the shit out of me.
Why aren't you manscaping? That's what that's
Look, I'm using my Manscaped. It's got the light on it that makes everything helpful, but it's to get a clean shave without a 5 o'clock shadow on your nuts is some of the scariest shit I've even thought about doing.
It is very scary, but let me tell you something, because I can shave my beehole like a champ.
Hold on. I thought you said your beehole was naturally hairless.
But you know why? I believe, number one, because of my hair composition. Very fair. I'm not a hairy.
Because my beehole is naturally hairless, and I thought you and me were the same person.
Well, we are the same person.
We're not. My beehole is more hairless than yours.
But there is a smattering.
What?
A little smattering.
What is that word?
Smattering. Chris Larson, is that a word? A smattering.
Sounds like a word.
It's a word. It's a word. There's a little tuft. Everyone has a butt tuft. Just a tuft.
Butt tuft.
Just a tuft. And
I don't understand these words you're saying.
What are you, foreign? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, my that word was not in my parents' vocabulary.
No, neither was it mine. But I can shave my asshole, my tuft, sight unseen. Okay? Now I started doing it in my 20s with a mirror. And now I can just do it by feeling. So what I'm trying to tell you, Nadav, is that first you need the mirror to get your nuts shaved right. And then you can just do it by touch eventually. You have to train yourself. Much like you've trained your sphincter to make brown on command, you can do this.
I don't know. I'm not really getting complaints on the job I'm currently doing. So, this ain't broken. I don't need to fix this, Christine.
But sweetie, just because no one's complained to HR doesn't mean that no one's bothered. You don't know that.
No, because no one has quit. No one has gotten fired. It's like there's no evidence that shows that this isn't.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
I'll tell you.
You'll tell me?
The hair. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you.
No. Go ahead. What is the argument here?
The argument is the more
I need
hairless,
to get a mirror involved?
Yeah, the nuts should be hairless because the hair traps smells down there.
Right. Well, so what I do is I just take the Manscaped and I graze it. And whatever is, coming off of the surface, but it's like a full-on. Hold on. Chris, do you shave your nuts completely clean?
He doesn't shave anything. He's a wildling.
I feel like we've already answered this question with me.
Right,
He's a wildling. He's
Zola.
free. He's free.
Zola, do you completely shave your nuts?
Yes, Zolo does.
I do my best.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a sweetheart.
But do you have you taken a razor to them?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
That's a no.
Yeah, it's scary stuff, Christina.
Okay,
it's
whatever.
like that's where babies come from.
Dude, babies do not.
They come from the semivesties, but then they're stored in the nuts.
Semivesties. Stupid. They come out of vaginas. Those are more delicate. Okay, the point is, I don't think I'm going to go. And here's a problem. Without having any hair, I feel like it makes me look fatter. I like the symmetry of the line. And I'm going to keep it that way.
You think the racing stripe is more flattering?
Yeah. It's vertical lines are slimming. No lines are fattening.
I don't know. I don't think if it's completely bald, like Tom's gonna be like, is it just me or did this puss get fatter? Like don't think
he likes any puss.
Right. So I think it's all in your head, and then you're just trying to make your own puss attractive to yourself.
Okay. Here we go. Well, to my aesthetic taste, I like a landing strip. Okay, so this Gen Z queen, let's get back to her. The first is my fall-winter look of a trimmed-up triangle, basically manscaping the vagine. A trimmed-up triangle. Oh, I like that. Okay, I can do that. The second is my spring-summer look, which is more of a modest style, which is a cute little landing strip. That's what I do all year long, Bailey.
Does it say how old Bailey is?
She's Gen Z above 18.
Oh, okay.
So basically Gen Z is getting back to the way Gen X does shit, or at least I am, because fuck the rest of this pussy-ass generation, rational revolution. Thank you so much. Anyways, love the YMH family. Bailey, I love all. Listen, I would hate Gen Z to think I hate you guys all. I don't hate. And quite honestly, after, I don't even think it is Gen Z that's doing this canceling. I don't know. It's activists. It's a small group of nerds who have no friends that are canceling people. So it's definitely not the cool people who listen to this fucking show. Right? Bunch of nerds ruin shit.
Yeah, it's just squeaky wheels that you're like, oh, is everyone saying this? It's like, no, it's just a fringe group that are loud.
Just a group of a-holes who don't have love in their hearts. So next up, listen, this is a very hot topic issue in the YMH world, in my own life. And Tom has been trying to get me to eat his scrum for years. And there's so...
What's the holdup?
Right. So there's a lot of holdups for me personally. The hygiene holdup for him. He's very hairy. It's very hot. I've grazed his beehole like as a joke with my hands. I don't like how it feels. It's hot. It's sweaty. Tom's shits are horrendous. I don't want to lick brown. I'm very brown averse. I don't do anal. I don't like things in my beehole. And so anyway, Rob Iler was texting me the other day and he goes, listen, you got to eat Tom's scrum. And like out of the blue. And I was like, who dis Rob Iler? He's so, I mean, now that he's got a new girlfriend, he's all getting laid. And now he's like, you got to do the scrum thing. And I'm like, all right, dude.
Yeah, it's life-changing, Christina.
Well, and so I was asking him, so I was like, what is the, he's like, dude, listen, like every girl nowadays, all the girls lick scrum. You got to start doing it. I go, what do you mean all the girls are licking scrum? He goes, listen, it's a competitive world of dating now on these apps. These girls, it's like, how do you do? It's not just a sometimes treat. It's like you do that shit right away. And he goes, and they all shave their meows bald. I was like, this is wild.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Right, because Rob said he's been out of the dating world for a few years, right?
So he took a 3-year hiatus.
Yeah, welcome back, homie.
Yeah. And he's been on the apps. I mean, now he's with a lovely lady. So I think, he's found his love. But
That's great.
yeah, but I think before that, he was like, dude, you need to catch up. So I want to call Rob and get to the bottom of this because I am just intrigued with this idea that women are just giving away the scrum licks.
Yeah.
You say that like it's, this too?
Yeah. No.
What are you talking about?
I remember I've been curious about, scrum eating for, years, like from before I was working with you guys. And I remember I didn't even know how to ask for it. Where I remember there was one time, I was hanging out with the lady and I just kind of lifted up a leg and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I guess nothing." And then like it kind of like we finished like after that, and then I just kind of laughed my whole way home, like, how do I even ask for this? And then like come to realize within the last year or two, you don't need to ask for it anymore. It just kind of happens. It gets offered up.
So this is wild. So somewhere in between 2005 when I started dating my husband.
Yeah, this is a very new development.
This is new. Okay. That scrum licks are just part of it's on the menu. It's part of the repertoire.
Yeah, it used to be like a caviar like thing where it's like you just have it once or
Right.
every other year,
Right.
and now it's just an appetizer on every menu you go
Okay,
to.
let's get Rob on the line. I need to hear his. We were texting and I was like, I got to talk to you about this because I was texting him and then I kept thinking about the text exchange. Like, this is nuts. I'm like, I got to get this guy on the phone. We are supported by Monkpack Keto Granola Bars. Healthy snacks have a bad reputation, let's be honest. Most don't taste very good. They don't fill you up and they certainly don't satisfy your cravings. Cut to Monkpack, who makes snacks that taste like our favorite sugary treats with only 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and they're only 140 calories. Gluten-free, grain-free, plant-based, non-GMO, with no soy, trans fat, sugar, alcohols, or artificial colors. Try it for yourself and you'll see. And we have a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Monkpack product by visiting monkpack.com and entering our code WMMA at checkout. And Monkpack is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. To get started, just go to monkpack.com. That's MUNKPACK.com and select any product. Then enter code WMMA at checkout to save 20% off your purchase. Monkpack, delicious, nutritious food you can count on. We thank them for sponsoring the podcast.
It's going to be coming in from a weird number for him.
Yo.
Mommy.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Jeans. What are you doing?
Nothing. It's that spam risk when you call.
I know. We're calling from like Skype.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, are you eating over a sink?
No, shockingly not yet. My one meal is waiting for 3 hours now. But I've been eating with this girl a lot. It's changing everything.
Well, what? How so? Let's talk. Let's go. So I cued the listeners in that you have a beautiful new girlfriend. It's very exciting. And so you've been eating in front of her.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I feel like such a douche. We went to dinner with her friends last night. It was like a whole, I haven't called her my girlfriend yet. You have. But I'll let you call her my girlfriend if you want.
Wait, so do you guys do that anymore? I mean, I know that everybody's eating each other's asses now, too, on the first date. At what point do you say, are we going steady? Or do you put a pin on her? What do we do nowadays?
That's the thing. I wouldn't feel weird at all sticking my tongue in her ass, but being like, I want you to be my girlfriend, like that feels so douchey. Like I just don't want to. I don't even want to say that. But we watch Love Island, and on Love Island, they make a whole production out of like,
yes.
I'm gonna ask her to be my girl. Like I like that.
I heard you guys on Pajama Pants talking about that part of Love Island where they formally ask somebody.
And then, like, they have nothing going on outside of, they're in this house for a month, so they think the whole world is their relationship. So they're like, all right, I'm going to need you to stand over here, and we're all going to wear the same shirt, and you're going to do this. And it's like, I don't even want to say 6 words to this girl, or however many they are. Like, so do you want to be my girlfriend? Like, I don't even know. That's such a douchey thing.
It is. Now, I'll tell you, I remember what Tom Segura did to me is we didn't do like, shit, did we do girlfriend talk? I think he just said that he told me he loved me. And I was like, oh, that's implicit. Like we're going steady. But
Right. He went right to like the third move.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I like that.
So I heard you on Pajama Pants. You did say like you guys are officially seeing each other and nobody else on the apps.
Yeah, we closed the apps.
Wow.
Everything. But I also feel like since she's seen me eat, that's almost like me going that's like me going to my third move. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, if she's like, oh, am I your girlfriend? I'm like, you watched me destroy a chicken over a sink. Like, we're in this. Yeah.
And what does she think about your bowl eating? That you only eat from bowls?
See, she didn't find that as weird as, so we came back to my place the first time that we were going to eat together, and she's like, oh, we could watch like a show while we eat. And I was like, you could watch a show. I was like, I stand alone in the kitchen. So I was like, I don't know, because my like whole like couch table setup is not very conducive to eating for 3 hours straight. Like, it's not a comfortable setup. So she was like, what do you mean you don't watch TV while you eat?
Yeah.
And that is what she was so focused on, that she didn't even realize that I was like strapping a bowl to my head to eat.
I love this. So now you were on a 3-year hiatus from dating.
Yeah.
You were getting into WAG territory, weird alone guy. Has it been?
I know. And
yeah. Has it been a struggle?
Fast. It's so crazy how fast it's like, oh, I think because I chose to do the 3 years alone, like it wasn't that weird, but I was definitely getting to the point where like the reason I got on the apps was I was like, it's getting weird. Like the fact that I haven't been on a date, and if I just hadn't been on a date, but spending a lot of time with around people, it would be okay. But because of Corona, it got to the point where like I was hanging out with you, Tom, and Nadav, and that's it. You know, it was like I saw you, Tom, Nadav, Jamie, and John Potter, and Kassem, and that was it.
Yeah, got it. Okay. So are you finding it hard to open your world up to this person? Because you have been on your own. Are you browning in front of her yet? Are you farting in front of her yet? These are the big questions.
So last night, for the first time, I let her know I was farting, but I still left the room.
Wow. What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a move. Yeah. But like, here's the deal, right? I was farting in like the bed, and I would fart into the couch if I had like, because she had a blanket there, so like I put the blanket over me, so I was like, my balls are sweating, but I had to fart, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this here to look like I want the blanket, but I'm farting. And then I was like, oh, I would go up to go to the bathroom, and she's like, oh, like what? I was like, oh, I'm going in there to fart or whatever. I guess we ate something like just crazy, and she's like, she lit a candle, and I was like, no. She's like, I could smell it from the bathroom, and she's like, I think the couch is just starting to smell like fart.
And what do you do when you have to brown? Do you tell her, hey?
I go home.
You go home. Yeah. So you're still in the early stages.
Yeah, but also like, but I tell her, like, I have no problem telling her, but I wouldn't brown in her place anyway.
No.
And I've already browned with her here while she was at my place, but she see have a bidet or a squatty potty, so I'm like, I know. And you should see, her setup is savage. Like, she has a nice apartment, 2 bedrooms, she has a regular job, but I guess she doesn't care about pooping. And like when you sit on her toilet, like your knee hits her door.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I was like, I would change your whole second bedroom into a bathroom.
Yeah. What, did she live in Afghanistan? This is terrible.
Yeah.
You gotta upgrade her turlet game. If you love this woman, which it sounds like you might, you gotta help her.
Yeah, I just can't. You could lead a horse to water.
Yeah, savage. So I'm calling you today. First of all, I'm so proud that you're farting in front of this girl. It's huge news. But also because
Thank you.
Yeah, it's massive, and that you're eating in front of her is massive. So we were texting, and you were encouraging me to eat Tom's Scrum. And I was like, dude, that's fucking gnarly. I don't know. And then you casually mentioned, you're like, oh yeah, all the girls are doing it now. It's just part of the menu. Everybody's licking scrums and shaving their beavers. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
Sure.
What are you talking about? When did this fucking happen?
By the way, I don't even know the last time I knew a girl who shaved her beaver. Now they all laser.
What?
Yeah, it's like they call it laser beef.
No, they don't. Laser beef.
They full on laser, because I think they said if you get lasered, like, I think you have to go like 6 or 8 times, and then it all stops. Like, it stops growing.
It just sounds like such an investment for pussy hair. Like, there's so many other important things, but whatever. Okay, so no, hold on. And they lasered all off, or just the landing strip is left?
Oh no, everything's gone.
What?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I hear Nadav laughing over there. He knows it's true, right?
He knows it's true. He's an animal, but I don't trust Nadav. I trust you. Nadav
right. I just want to make sure that Nadav doesn't laugh because what I'm saying seems crazy.
No.
He knows what's up.
I completely know what's up, Rob. You're right.
So hold on, Rob. So do you mean to tell me, so you're on these apps and the girls don't say it, right? Like, is it in their profile? Like, fully lasered beef, I lick ass. It's implicit? Like, it's not a special thing.
It might as well be. Like, if a girl has a picture with her dog, she's basically saying, I laser my beef and I eat butt.
Wow. What a nightmare. So if I enter the dating world now, I would really have to up my game. Okay. So
yeah, but here's the deal. I also think you can, like, you find a guy who's down for what you're down with, and you could go by like that kind of thing. But I think all the girls that I've dated, even before, like even in the last 10 years, they all say like, yeah, I'll eat your butt, or some of them actually have, because I'm not into it. So I think if I was some guy who's like, I just fucking love when girls stick their tongue in my ass, then girls would be like, ew, like, I don't want to do that. But because I'm not into it, they're like, come on, let me just like lick your ass, you know?
This is wild. You are blowing my mind, Rob. Like, I can't believe a woman is like, can I do this for you? It sounds really awesome. And you're telling me that, so these are girls who you meet on an app, and then you go have a drink or you have coffee, and then after coffee, they'll lick your ass?
No, I mean, listen, Robbie be doing things for them, know what I mean? Like, that's why they're you know, it's things are exciting and they're having a good time. You know, Robbie was I was a party guy. I was a party guy back in the day. I'm not, you know, I know I have fun and this, and then I think then when it's a girl's turn to do some stuff, she's like, oh, I want to do this. Like, she wants. I don't know. We're having fun.
Got you. So it's
a good time.
Okay, because in my mind, I'm like, that's more, that makes sense. Because in my mind, I was like picturing you having a coffee date, and then she's like, do you want me to go back to your apartment and eat your ass? Like
that has happened too.
What? What? Wait, coffee makes you brown and fart. Like, wouldn't you be self-conscious about that?
Yeah, luckily I don't drink coffee, but there was one night where I drank enough Jägermeister to kill a horse, and the girl took me back to my place and ate my butt, and I don't know what she was thinking.
Because it was probably gross.
She was a shot girl at the bar that I was at, and I bought all the shots from her, so she knew what was going on.
Oh my God. So your ass was probably so gamey and so hot and gross.
The only thing that I could that it reminds me of is like, you know, when you're going through a car wash and those like flaps hit the car. Like I imagine that was like the vibe of being back there. Like it was just like.
And then.
But the reason why this all came up is because Tom said he was going to shave his face for you. And shockingly, I don't know how, he just didn't say like, well, what are you going to do? And I thought he was going to say, I'll shave my face. I'll shave the butt so it's nice and clean. And then you can, because I think you can eat. Here's what I think. I think you think, because when you were talking about eating butt to me, I think you think it's like, this like 20-minute thing of like spreading the cheeks and things. I think you can get away with like giving him a blowjob. You keep J in the D, and in that whole thing, like you do 15 seconds licking his butt. You stop. You go back to the D, and then another 15 seconds in the butt, and then I think he'd be happy for 6 months.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're right, and I think you're right, Rob, because I am a perfectionist. So. In my mind, I'm like, well, if I do, like, God, I got to be down there until something happens, right? Because that's what you do with beaches. Yeah. You're like, I gotta fucking put the time in on this. But you're saying if I just gave an exploratory, just a little kind of, just a little kissy kiss down there, that would earn me my Scrum Master badge.
Yeah, I think somewhere in the middle. Like, I think you want to go. I think you want to be on vacation. You want to go to the beach or the pool. You want to come back to the room, a shower. He had already shaved his butt before. You go right to the bed. It's a blowjob. And then, like, in the blowjob, you go, hey, mommy. And boom. You go a little, 15 seconds in the butt. He thinks it's crazy. You go back to the D, and then you go back to the butt for a little bit. And it's like, that's the story. Oh, my God, we were on vacation. Christina ate my ass. It's not like, that's the story. That's what you're looking for. That's what he's looking for.
Don't clap. They're clapping in the booth. I hate you guys.
Yes.
I hate you, and I hate that girls do this now, because now the bar is destroyed for normal girls like me, like old school 40-year-olds, 44-year-olds. Okay, so I just have to give, but what about the brown tastes? Will I taste brown?
No, well, that's what I was saying. I think you should pop like 2 Altoids in your mouth. I think that'll take care of the heat. And also, I think he'll enjoy the feeling. You'll enjoy it more. There won't be, and not that there would be any poop, but just to get it even out of your head. And it'll feel nice and cool down there for him. You'll like it. It'll be like a whole.
That's true.
And
wait,
you've
I like
said
this.
That it's like 48 to 72 hours where like he's happy after you bang him. I think this will be. I think for 3 months he's walking on air.
I'll make you sleep for 3 days.
He's not angry.
You're so right. I make you sleep for 3 days. What does that fucking asshole say?
You're gonna make him sleep for 3 days, my baby.
My baby. Okay, but it sounds like so. Rob, as a married woman, you can't just fucking, like you said, this is a special moment. So this cannot be given out. Vacation's already good times. I feel like this is something I'm going to have to pull out at a special time when I really must manipulate him for something big.
See, well, there's preparation in his, you have to be careful because there's preparation on his end, not on yours. So you need to get the hair out of there. So it's got to be talked about before. And if you want to go content-wise, he could get waxed with Bert. He could get waxed with Nadab. There could be some sort of way. He could shave the beard and wax his butt all in one little segment. Like you could do something like that. But you gotta, if the hair is back there, you're never gonna enjoy it. That just sounds disgusting.
So when the girls have eaten your scrum, have you been hairless?
No, but my butt is never like a crazy hairy area. It's more just like it's like somebody's head. You know those scary movies where like they are like Wrong Turn, where they're like, what is it called when people have sex with their sister?
Oh, cousin fucking? Oh, incest.
Yeah, when they have like those like incest mongoloids, and they have like the little patches of thin hair on their head. Like that's kind of what my butt is like. It's not like a wolf, you know?
That was quite a descriptor. I don't know if I've ever heard that, like an inbred mongoloid head. Interesting. Yeah, I got it. We got it.
The movie Wrong Turn, like the scary guys from that movie. That's what my head was like.
I got it. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, maybe like a 90-year-old woman who hasn't been
there you go
shown any love in a long time.
We've got the image up now. That is amazing. I know you're saying it's a tuft.
Yeah.
It's the butt tuft, and Nadav had never heard of that before. The little butt tuft.
It's and here's the thing. You said it yourself. You guys said last week your bodies are only going downhill.
Yeah.
So you don't want to cave for the first time and eat his butt when you're 20 years from now.
Oh shit. But here's the deal. But okay, you're right. You're right, Rob. You're right. You make very good points. The problem is once this is in circulation in the repertoire as a married lady, I'm going to have to redo it. And we're going to have to push the envelope. So like that's why I've got to be real strategic. When I do this for him, because then it means I gotta revisit it once a year or quarterly. I don't know.
Well, hey, I'd hate to say this to you, but maybe you'll like it.
No.
Yeah. Maybe this will be in your repertoire. Maybe he's like, could you not eat my ass again tonight? I don't feel clean back there, and you're like, I don't even fucking care, dude.
You're the worst. You're the absolute worst. I love you so much, Rob. Thank you for.
I love you. I miss you guys. Are you happy in Texas?
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, the city girl in me is freaking out. I'm not gonna lie. Like I texted you. I was like, dude, I fed a fucking turtle today. I was like, have you ever seen a bullfrog before? Because you're a city guy, and you're like, no. Like so. I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, I'm showing people that turtle video. They're like, yeah, it's a fucking turtle, dude. I'm like, yeah, but is that her house, dude? Like, she's not at the zoo, bro.
Yeah, that's just in a fucking lake, homie. Like that's there. I didn't have to go to a mall and go to a fountain to see a turtle. Yeah. I know you should. I should give this video to Nadav to play. I'm such a dad boner. Like of me feeding them, I get so excited because I'm like, this is in nature, you guys. This isn't like a manufactured thing. This isn't a real. So I'm fucking such a nerd. Anyway, I love you. Are you gonna move out, please?
I'm on the fence. You got to convince this girl.
Okay.
Her name is Sarah. You got to convince Sarah to move us. She's, I don't know what's going to happen with us. So,
Sarah, you got to move. Is she an East Coast girl originally?
She is. Yeah. I met 3 girls on the app and I didn't even know, but somehow every single one of them was East Coast. I just don't think I vibe.
No. Like
long-term relationship-y wise with like,
no.
Maybe like a city girl, like you said, but like I can't do like I don't know. LA girls are a little too. I don't like to like. I need a girl who can tell a guy off.
Yeah, who can fight. No, I know you like grumpy brunettes. Like there are guys who just love a grumpy brunette. Like a feisty. Like I don't want to say snooky because that's gross, but like
right. Yeah.
Right. I think you've said that before. Yeah. On pajama pants, like that kind of vibe. Yeah, like a sassy.
I need Snooki's brain in like Sammy Sweetheart's kind of body.
Sweetheart. I love it. Well, I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad you found love, and everybody is. We're on bated breath. Is that the phrase? Bated breath to see when.
I mean.
Yeah. When will you openly fart? When will you openly shit in front of each other?
Yes, and there is no one's breath who is baiteder than ours waiting for you to eat the scrum.
Stop it! All right, I gotta go. I can't take this. I'm gonna throw up. I don't want to talk about it.
Right,
I need therapy. All right, I love you. Bye. There you guys go. Rob Iler convincing me that it's a good idea to eat my husband's scrum. We'll see what happens. I don't know, guys. Will you email me and let me know if people are really doing this, or is this just these are just the scallywags that my friend is dating? Is this real? Is this just the scallywags Nadav is dating?
Christina, do you think everyone close to you is lying?
Lying? You said like such a foreigner too.
Yeah. I was raised by foreigners. I talk weird.
I know, so do I. Zolo, are the girls not your sweet love now, but the girls you've dated, do they all lick your scrum?
No, never. I think it might be more of a varsity move. Girls my age might not be at this level yet.
Okay, there we go. And he's the voice of youth.
Yeah, but I mean, the older you get, you start developing acquired tastes. And, I think in college, they're still trying to develop the palate.
Well, let me know, guys. Is it true that women are really eating that much scrum and lasering their beavers? I must know the truth. Call me, 213-375-5184. Email me, wheremymomsat at gmail.com. Let me know the truth. Should I eat my husband's ass? When should I do it? Any tips, tricks? Because women, once I start doing it, then he's going to be expecting it. And God knows, I don't know if I can do that for the next
I don't think,
years.
no, look, ass eating isn't as common as blowjobs, especially if you're married. It's now instead of giving quarterly BJ, you could still do quarterly BJs, and now you have some extra to make birthdays special.
Birthdays.
Yeah. Or anniversaries, or maybe every 5 to 10 year anniversaries. It's I know. It's not just part of the repertoire now.
I know. All right, I gotta go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribe to this podcast on YouTube. People are like, why subscribe? What does that mean? It means that every time I post a video, you're notified. So you know when this episode drops and you can come and watch it straight away and see us and see these beautiful boys in the booth and myself. And all right, that's it. I love you. And until next time, stay cool, moms. Bye.
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.